Once again, it is time for the IWTR Wolf of the Series Season 2, round number 4 of this season. We're here for the Spanish Grand Prix at the Circuit Ricardo Tormo. Still your host and your commentator, Pouncer, here, as this race, it kind of reminds me of the last season's Spanish Grand Prix, because you look at the skies. It looks totally a little bit similar, but I don't think so. So yeah, but it kind of looks similar. This is overcast, as you can see on the tracker now. But without further ado, let's go to the track info of this track. This track, the Circuit Ricardo Tormo, a 4-kilometer circuit, or 2.48 miles. Well, it has been testing venue for the Formula E. Also, MotoGP also do occasionally visit here year by year. And this has 14 corners, 9 to the left and 5 to the right. As from the last seasons, the winner, of course, is Straight Master, but apparently he starts 18th today. So yeah, it's gonna be a tough work for him and probably all of these guys. But without further ado, let's go to the start grids. On pole, we have Luis da Silva, which he absolutely out of nowhere just came up on the top of the charge by, at that point, about 3 minutes through the the last 3 minutes through the session. Koichi had a comfortable pole position that he could possibly grab. But Luis da Silva said, "Nope, I'm gonna take your pole position away," and he got it for out of nowhere. Seriously. And alongside him is Koichi Hoshi. Then the rest of the field, we have Legendary 5, Sepp Klebs, Ted Anderson, Mitch Johnson, Mihaly Slovak, Zorik Petrosian, Nadia Bacchus, Keiko Galone, Matthew Falcon, Luca Farina, Bahrain GP winner, Isaac Fisher, Cesar Cohen Jr., Argentino Bifona, Panis Glazos, Pilch, Dre Master, the last season's race winner, Simon Vitt, Logan Rhea, Alex Nassani, Henry Jack Brown, and that's it. He lines up on the final spot on the grid. Now let's have a little tour on this track with, of course, the medical car. So because they're gonna go for a formation lap, but let's go on board with the medical car. So coming onto the straight, a pretty huge straight, to be honest. It pretty much covers up the whole track. Going to turn 1, which is a little bit, I have to go a little bit wide, and okay, never mind, I'm gonna let the AI drivers drive. So coming up a little bit uphill into turn 2, which is a pretty tight one, I should say. Going through there, then to turn 3, which is also, you need to have a little bit tight entry going to turn 3. Turn 4, another tight one, and it's gonna continue. The momentum will continue on to turn 5. Then uphill once again into turn 6, which is right here. Also another uphill section. Then into a straight that possibly the overtaking opportunities could be made, or it could be on the front stretch as well. But anyone can throw anything on this track. So, and seems like the weather is gonna be a pretty hectic one, I would say. But then here it goes into turn 7, 8, 9, and then it goes turn 10. Which is and then the medical car seems to lock up the brakes a little bit, and yep, a little bit of drifting here. Another straight, also could be another overtaking if you're pretty optimistic. Into turn 12, and then turn 13, which is a long left-hander downhill, and then into turn 14, which is a final corner. Also, possibly the chance for having a, I mean, DRS doesn't even have a designated zones on the track, so we're gonna see how these guys will fare. As here we go. So let's have a look at this view. 1, 2, 3 set of light, 4 sets of lights, and it's like so, and away we go, and it's a pretty good start for Sepp Pletz, who just charged down into the straight. Let's see what happens in turn number 1. Sepp Pletz a little bit of contact there into turn number 1. Everyone's just scrambling, and there's a 1, 2, 3, 4 cars piled up into turn number 1, and there's already chaos on the back. Sepp Pletz takes the lead with the opportunistic move into turn number 1. Now next up is, yep, F the medical car. So what on earth happened on the back? What on earth happened on the back? I think that was definitely the force indicator. And oh, it looks like, yeah, I think that was a Zarko and Junior. Was I think she going to the inside a little bit too hard, bangs into the McLaren, and then she is blocking probably about a dozen cars at there, but. Everything seems going fine. No one had damage. So now Sepp Pletz leads the field down. Lewis de Silva in second place. Oshie drops to third. You see on the back, and ooh, a little bit slighter. Silva still a little bit side by side for Hoshi, but seems like he's not going to care about that. Mitch Johnson up to 6th now. Goes to Mr. Silva. He's a one. That was a great drive. A great dive into the final corner. He retakes the lead of Prix. There goes Pedozan and Farina side by side. And oh! And somebody just lost a little bit of a front wing, I'd say. Somebody lost a wing, but let's check it out. Let's check the replay once again. We made the mistakes. Oh, it was a little bit contact there, but I don't think Farina is intentionally brakes in front of him. Ooh, look at that Keko alone. And oh, he tags and Matthew Falcon off the circuit. Now Matthew Falcon's dropped to last now because of that. See, check the replay. What happened here? Let's have a look on Matthew Falcon's view. It seems like he spun out, but then let's have a look on Keko Galone's view. Let's have on Keko Galone's view. So comes inside. He tags a little bit, but I don't think he tags just only a tiny bit, but he's already spin out. That's not good. Logan Regan up into 19, but that spin. Back on the front though, and it's still Luis de Silva holds the lead from Sepp Pletz and Goichi Hoshi in second. Third. Tim Anderson fourth. Still looking for a move here into turn 13, and he may have just done just that. And here he goes down the inside on turn 14. Tim Anderson still keeps the momentum going, and he takes third. "16 laps of a race now. So we'll see a lot of actions, and oh, Red Ledger 35, very bold line here going into turn 1. Looks like Koichi Hoshi is still trying to hold the position, and Koichi Hoshi is dropping back to 6th position. Could he hold on Mitch Johnson? He's still staying 5th. Oh, and Mitch Johnson loses the momentum himself and gives that position to Zorik Meduzan. So it's Savax looking for a move on Farina. So a single foul. Mitch Johnson down the inside on Zorik Meduzan. He reclaims the 6th place that he wanted. still no signs of rain whatsoever. The top 3 is now separated the field, I think probably about 2 seconds there. And DRS is now enabled, so these guys could have a chance to overtake. So it goes now, Sepleps has the DRS. And he might go for it, and he goes dive down inside. Whoa, and they made a contact. Ooh, is that gonna be the Stuart? The Stuart's gonna ask for an illegal overtake, but look at that. Anderson and De Silva still battling each other, but let's have a look back at the first corner move. Seems like, ooh, and that's a little bit, you see on Seplet's view, I think he's maybe he's completely off the circuit, but let's see, once again, but let's slow-mo. A pretty wild move here, but you could see that his wheels gone off the track, and then dangerously return and then tags De Silva out, losing both of those momentum. So I don't know if the Stuart's gonna discuss about that, but I'm pretty sure they might have to. So yeah. So looks like the rain is now dropping a little bit, as you can see on the top left, or the top left in the middle of your screen. The rain seems to be dropping now. But Plebs, I don't know if he's gonna still hold the position, but looks like and still it's lap 4 now, but oh, Midstrons are losing a bit of control, and it seems like the ring's getting harder and harder now. As now De Silva gets a DRS, going through cleanly into turn 1. And that's how you make a move. But it looks like Sepleps, yeah, and Sepleps is now under investigation for illegal overtake maneuver into turn 1. So yeah, so he's gonna be discussing about that, but he's already gave position back to De Silva, so I don't know if that's worth of investigation though. But the Stuart's already decided about that, so we'll see what happens after the race. But now it seems like De Silva holding pretty comfortably, about a second in front of us, Plebs. Predator 35, it's just right behind the forcing of Anderson now. Go Anderson losing the control, here goes, and Dragon Master actually up to 12 now. Matthew Falcon still in the last place. See what happens into turn 1, so no movement happening, and you can see the rain's dropping. A little bit of droplets on the track now, so the track will get a little bit cold. Oh, and there goes Luca Farina off the track, and he tags his teammate as well. What is happening now? He's just blocking the field. Ooh. Luca Farina, Barbarian GP, the last race winner, he goes for a move on Keko alone, but I think he isn't off the track, but caught up with the wheels, and then he bangs on his teammate, and then blocking the whole field completely. Probably the 50% of the field completely. And now that's going to be a chaos now on the back of the field. See now, Luca Farina struggling, absolutely struggling with his tyres. And Apelisos gets the advantage of it, now up to 13, but I think it started about probably 15, I would say. front, it's still exactly the same thing. Is you can see that the Silver doesn't have any DRS because he's been now being attacked by the others. Cohen Jr. Cohen Jr. is currently 19th on the leaderboards right now. His teammates, Anderson, plus he's looking for a move around the outside, but it still wasn't work. Didn't work at all. So let's have a look on board with Simon Witt. He looks as though the last race, the Bahrain Grand Prix, he could have won that race, but until then there was a big crash that caused him probably the race contention as well. But currently he sits in 15th, which is pretty fine. A fine drive from him, but still he stays in 15th. He better make some decisions. And Anderson is now being under attack by Red Legend 35 now. Lap 7 of the Grand Prix. You can see that some of the fields are going to go to the pits. And a little bit slide, and that's gonna. Last season's race caused a lot of problems here in turn 14. That's everyone sliding off, touching the curve, and everyone just slides off. I hope that this race won't be like that. Relatively 5 off, staying out. He's pitting next lap for sure. Let's see now, Mitch Johnson coming out of the field. He's the first guy to come off the field, and he's going for wet tires. Everyone's going wet tires, so it's followed by. So Johnson, Peterson, the Silver dropped to 14th. Clips, Brown, Malone, Koshi, Anderson back is Savag and Riga coming out last on that round of pit stops, because Red Legend 5 I think that he has a pretty marginable gap through the other guys. Pilch, he got 2 poles, but sadly he only been in the podium only once, I believe. So we'll see what happens for him, but he's going to the pits as well. Here comes Red Legend 5, a little bit sliding off from the last corner. Now here goes Red Legend 5. The DRS is now disabled, so no one can now use the DRS because of the weather. So now it looks like Red Legend 5 comes out to the pits now. And the 12th place is Mitch Johnson. Could he come out in front of him? In front of him, and seems like Red Legend 5 holds on, overcuts it. Mitch Johnson, so he's now in the lead of the race. Oh, big tag, another tag, and there goes I think that was the Silver. So once again, Bacchus just barely hangs on. So Red Legend 5, a pretty great strategy there. Coming out in front of Johnson and Bivona up to 3rd. Pedrozan up to 4th, now Glees is 5th. And the field's kind of spread out just quite a bit after that round after those rounds of pit stops. Falcon from last to 17th. So that's quite an achievement, I would say. And Backers are now under pressure from Vit. Let's have a look on board with Vit once again. He's absolutely pushing his cars to limits, but he can't push it for long, because if you push it too much, he would have spin out or crashed out of the race. Still, and the rings actually stopped coming out, and oh my goodness me, that's Toro Rosso doing a little bit a ding-dong battle here into turn 1. And Alessandro, he goes around the outside. What a move! goes Henry Jack round. Like another good move from him. A little bit tagged from Keko alone. Klebs dropped down to 11th. He's dropped out of the points, I would say, I think. Let's see now. See, top 3 is separated by 9 seconds, so it's going to be a lot of hard work to catch up for all these 3 guys. Or probably the rest of the field as well. So, Ranger 235 still straight. Oh, he used another slide, and there it goes, another slide. Mitch Johnson spins around, and that's going to be a pretty nasty incident indeed. Bivona keeps hanging on. Mitch Johnson slides off the track, and there he goes, another one, lose the silver. And there's another 2 going on, oh, whoa, and there's 3-4 cars involved. I don't know. So what on earth happened in the final corner? So it all starts off with Mitch Johnson spinning out, but then so Mitch Johnson spinning out of the, I think, 2nd place. That gives it more room for relatively far to be blacks. But then here comes Bivona, catches on, saves the car pretty quickly. Into Silva, and now look at that, Panclasos, and there's Nizani, Galone, and then a big tag. Now which is very unbelievable, I would say. Backers has a damage. I think Riga. Oh, actually, Farina has a damage. And then some of these guys still staying out. It's not really wet enough, I would say. These guys are still going wet attacks. I would say it's pretty damped. Well, you can see that the tires absolutely worked out pretty quickly. Red Legend 35 still keeps it on the track, but I don't know what about the next corner that he's kind of going to face. The rings actually stop now, so that would be a good news for the front runners. And Bivona, and he slid off the track, but I think he's gonna come out still. And there's another more contact, and there you can see Marisha and the Toro Rosso goes maybe and a McLaren spins, and a Lotus spins, and a Force India spins out again. Everyone's just all gone over the place. See another replay of that. So the silver didn't spun out, but then here comes Bivona couldn't handle his cars, and then it's just all gone. Goes Marisha, and I think there's another one, and they made a contact as well, the Toro Rosso and the Marisha. Goes another one, but I think that's Vit holds on pretty well, but then Matthew Falcon spins, and then Lotus spins, and then Cohen Jr. and Backus actually in fact Farina, but Mitch Johnson, I think he still stays fine. The guys that who already pit doesn't have any that problems at all, but Red 35 still holds on the lead even though he's already pitted, and now he's creating a 13-second gap to him and Mitch Johnson. But Bivona managed to hold on into 3rd place after that spin. Four races and spin, but surprisingly, no safety cars were being shown at all. But if the safety car comes out, like probably now, we will only have 2 laps of actions left. Henry Jack slits off the track and lost position to Zori Petizar. Still is now. I mean, it's pretty damped, but still. could possibly caught out some of these guys. So now let's have a look on Logan Riga. They are currently 8th right now, and Riga slides off a little bit right behind Sepp Pletz, but no DRS, so he has to rely on the slipstream only, which is say pretty far. It's still too far for him to overtake him. Here back. Still, Glazer's dropped to 12. Coming back to 12. 5. Yep, still a pretty far margin of 12 seconds. Now it looks like Henry Chakra is going to pit once again. Splits off just a bit. He's the only one that's going to... I think he didn't pit at all, wasn't he? Or he already pits, but the tires are already like very worn out for him. Goes Mitch Johnson, slits off the track, and he spins out once again. Because Vivona, can he save his car? Though he saved the car. Saved the car, sorry, Petrosar. Henry Jabran spins, and now... Oh my goodness me. I don't know, I wonder why the race director is still letting them going the green flag. And now Kekugulu spins out completely and follow up with Goishi. So now Bivona actually upped to 2nd place. Even though he almost spun out. And now that's more gaps for Renault 5 to work with. 19 seconds, almost 20. And I like to see that literally everyone. Oh, and we have someone stuck behind on the pit box, and that's Koshi. What on earth happened here? So Koshi was trying to go into the pits. So, oh, and he's being tagged by Panos Glazos. And then Hoshi going to the pit lane. It's just here. What is going on? And now he's gonna be holed up on the pit lane for quite a while because of damage. Already 5. Still hold on. And now he's going to straight into the pits. But you see that Koshi barely just and now Pilch actually overtook 2nd place, and Pilch spins, but Bivona spins. Well, can both of them keep the position though? Bivona takes P2 now. What? And now here goes Bivona into the pits. He comes. Even though he has a spun though. There goes Anders. Pilch, he's still trying to correct and get back on the track. It seems like he did. Because Bivona comes off the pits now. But definitely you can see that Johnson retakes 2nd, and Logan Riga up out of nowhere to 3rd place. We're on lap 15 right now. Bivona up to 5th now. Actually dropped to 5th. Oh, and that was a very close one. Splips almost hit the Isaac Shore. Goes Galone side by side with Pilch. Pilch going around the outside, and Galone still hold. Galone dropped to 18th. Relatively 5 seems probably still have more grips than the other guys do. Another slide for him. Because of the last lap of the race now. So I don't know, we might see another spin out. Maybe, maybe not, but you can see that the water is not really coming out at all now. Oh, and oh, that's Vit spins out. Is he being tagged by someone? Let's see. So that's Vit. Oh, wait. Vit. Oh, he spun himself out. And then Bivona takes the advantage. Up into P4 now. No one seems to have a spin and kick alone. Almost did. It goes, as I said, it's the final lap of the race now, and everyone's could throw everything at him. Now, Petrozan still hold on Matthew Falcon. But now it's going to be under attack by Anderson. Now Anderson going down the inside on turn 2. Into turn 3 now. Anderson's big jumped. Now keeps on into 8th position on Trick Master. Goes now Logan Riga. Is he going to challenge for 2nd place? Let's see what happens now. He's closed up the gap now. It's only just a couple of tenths now. But it goes final corner. Relatively 5, with a great strategy that he had, wins the Spanish Grand Prix. But let's see on the back. The action is still not over yet. You can see that these guys are running out to field on to the top, the 2nd and 3rd place. Here goes now, and Mitch Johnson, is he gonna have a slide? And it seems like he didn't. And Vit still trying to battle for 4th place. Mitch Johnson takes 2nd, Luke Riga 3rd. Bivona holds on into 4th place. And then Vit 5th, Petrozan 6th, Falcon 7th, Anderson 8th, Dreammaster 9th, Isaac Shaw 10th, Clips 11, De Silva 12, and Cullen Jr. spins out on the final lap after she crossed the finish line. No one has spins for some reason. She tried to overtake the De Silva, but then I think he tagged Luis De Silva, but off laps doesn't matter. Henry Jack Brown 14th, Verena 15th, Back 16th, Pilt 17th, Below 18th, Glazers 19th, Savak 20th, Avilisani 21st, and then Koichi Hoshi spun out on the final lap. Brilliant, sir. Just tried to go to the finish line, and he did finish 22nd. What a horrible day for Koichi Hoshi. He started 2nd, finished 22nd. Ooh, that's a very bad day. But your winner today, Relative 35, what a man. A great strategy at the first stop, as he was staying out for another lap and then pit, and still in front of Mitch Johnson. What a strategy that he made. Mitch Johnson also another great strategizer. Another great strategy for him, though, up to 2nd, and Logan Riga from out of nowhere up to 3rd place. So congratulations to those 3. But then another surprise is Akatio Bivona, who has an utter race for him. But frankly, he still stays on the track, and he finished 4th. So yeah, wow. His fastest lap goes to Logan Riga, 113.484. This race is just all carnage, I would say. And what? Oh, and Pilch runs out of fuel for that was a disaster one. That was a disaster one, man. So yep, and that's pretty wow. I don't know what to say for this race, but yeah. So that is it for the Spanish Grand Prix for IWTR World for the Series Season 2 round number 4. So next round I believe we're going to the German Grand Prix at the Nürburgring. We're back at that track, so be sure to keep an eye on that, because I hope that race is going to be probably another bangers on this season. So if you enjoy this video or if you like this content, so leave a like, share or subscribe to the International World Tour Racing channel. And also, if you'd like to join this league, I'll put the Discord link in the description below. That's it for today. I'm your host and your commentator, Bowser, signing off. Goodbye.